into the chamber, filling it and creating a vortex down into the pipeline, sweeping the team with it. Inside the pipe, the ocean rushes in with an estimated 7 tons of force. For 95 seconds, the divers are thrown about like ragdolls as they barrel through the metal walls of the pipeline. Just as their bodies begin to convulse as the oxygen in their lungs gives out, they skid to a stop. And slowly, the horror of their new reality sets in.
Can hold my breath no longer, man. Truth. And you hold in your breath for too long, after a while, your body, your lungs just fight to try to gas a breath, and when you're forcing your airways close, you see a noise, your body suffering to pull air. Unbelievable nightmare. Eyes burning. Every time you try to open your eyes, it's burning. You're pitch black, you can't see nothing. Your throat burning, your ears ringing, your body sore. And at that point, I tell myself I was going to dead.
Remarkably, all 5 divers have survived the initial event and find themselves trapped inside the pipeline in an air bubble that has been created by undulations of the sea floor. They continue onward on their backs until Chris Boudrum has only 6 inches of air remaining between his nose and the top of the pipeline. It is around this time that Chris comes across a second oxygen tank, but also a realization that they can't continue like this. Chris, still able to move forward, suggests that he will take one of the 2 oxygen tanks and push on to find help.
Can't go no more further like this. There's a lot of water ahead. When you have 2 tanks, you're not sure if the tank's full. I make them understand the situation.
Leaving the other 4 men behind in the darkness to rest in a small air pocket. Slowly, he starts to notice that it becomes harder and harder to draw air from the tank. His oxygen supply is running out, and he knows his only hope is finding another air pocket somewhere within the pipeline. As each breath gets harder and harder to pull in, he takes what he believes to be his final breath from the tank. And just as he thinks his fate is sealed, he collides with a second air tank. Frantically driving the tank into his mouth, he gasps for oxygen, and also takes in a mouthful of oil collected as the tank has scraped across the residue of the pipeline. Swallowing the oil, but now with oxygen in hand, he frantically pushes on. But as he reaches out to pull himself out of the pipeline, he finds the rim of the pipe sits just inches out of reach. Exhausted, he clings to a chain which hangs in place and prays someone will find him. Time passes agonizingly slowly as he sits in the darkness. Then suddenly, he hears a knock on the outside of the pipeline. Instinctively, he knocks back. Close to blacking out, faint and exhausted, a light suddenly emerges into the dive chamber above, and at 6 PM, now more than 2 hours after the initial incident, Chris is finally pulled free. The crews on the dive barge haul him aboard, battered, covered in oil and coughing up water, but alive. He immediately tells the others that the 4 other men are still down there, alive as far as he knows, and pleads with them to mount a rescue immediately.